Switching gears a bit now, more concerns are being raised about government's decision to withdraw $2.5 billion from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. One economist and a business group are calling for transparency.
But a former finance minister says if the government needs the money to pay bills, then there is no reason not to use the money from the fund. Judy Kanhai has more in tonight's Business Watch.
Tonight's Business Watch is brought to you by Sagicor.
The government continues to face strong criticism for its decision to withdraw $2.5 billion from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. The Prime Minister has said nothing is wrong in dipping into the fund, since it's there to use when oil prices are low. But the issue isn't so much of the withdrawal, but the transparency of it.
Withdrawals are being made from our Heritage and Stabilization Fund without the apparent and requisite level of transparency and accountability.
We haven't explicitly been told what this money is going to be used for.
But former Finance Minister Conrad Ennell disagrees with the views on the lack of transparency. He says the Finance Minister is not obligated to explain right now.
There's no requirement for him to do that, and there's no transparency issue. When he gets to talking in Parliament on how he has spent the money, he has to account. So what's the issue?
Economist Dr. Valmiki Arjun says the need to withdraw from the fund might arise now, but it all depends on what the money will be used for and how will the country benefit.
If it were going to be used for revenue generating purposes, for productive purposes, then from my perspective, I think that is completely understandable, given the fact that the Heritage and Stabilization Fund was a capital buffer.
But Ennell tells us capital expenditure is not a priority at this point, adding that the government could always borrow for that.
The government has to deal with two issues. One is the issue of foreign exchange and supply, and the other one, of course, is payment of bills. If you have a situation where you have money to be paid to individuals so that they can continue with their life, I think that takes priority over looking at capital projects.
According to the Heritage and Stabilization Act, the purpose of the fund is to save and invest surplus petroleum revenues to cushion the impact on or sustain public expenditure when revenue is down due to the fall in energy prices. Judy Kanhai, CNC3 Business Watch.
Tonight's Business Watch is brought to you by Sagicor.
Well, Finance Minister Colm Imbert is expected to make a full statement in the Parliament tomorrow. CNC3 understands he will address a number of concerns raised about government's drawdown on the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. Meanwhile, the group Fixin' TNT says it is wholly dissatisfied with government's response to questions about how the $2.5 billion will be used. It says it is equally troubling that citizens found out about the withdrawal through the media.